What's going on, guys? Aggronix here, and welcome to week 1 of the Elite Season 1. Today we jump into our game against Dunga and the Hollywood Hyperspace Furies. A few things just before we get into this game. I will run quickly through the team that I brought to this game because I won't be including the team builder. The reason this is a replay is not because I didn't record the video live, because I did. It's because this battle is very, very long. And there's a lot of moments in my commentary where there's basically nothing happening because either I took a lot of time to make my moves or Dunga did. So there's a lot of basically moments. I don't think it'd be very, very fun to watch an hour video of basically not nothing happening, but there's a lot of moments where it's a good 2 minutes before a play is made. So literally the recording is like an hour and a half long, which is absolutely insane. People were joking that they rather watch the replay than it live. So I thought I'd do the same thing for this video. You see his team, he brought Megalopony, that's a Megalopony of course, Flygon, Thundurus, Serena, Jirachi, Alomomola. I won't bother going through the other Mons on his team, but just know there's a reason I brought all these Mons that I brought. Thundurus is his Z captain. He has the ability to run Z Rain Dance, but Jirachi, keep in mind, can also be a Z move, but only Thundurus can be a Z status, like Z Rain Dance, Z Taunt, stuff like that. Yeah, my team that I brought consists of a Firium Z Sunny Day Heatran, enough speed to beat a Megalopony at +1 after Sunny Day, a physically defensive physically defensive Serenity, the Tapu Fini, Surf, Moonblast, Taunt, Defog, not much to say. We have Choice Scarf Landorus to outspeed a Flygon at +1 and a Megalopony, and a Jirachi if he's Choice Scarf. We have Terabyte, the Assault Vest Jolteon, able to take on the Thundurus. We have Juggernaut, the Rocky Helmet Chestnut, physically defensive, and we have Colossus, the Leftovers Steelix moves right there. So let's jump into the game. I definitely was very, very back and forth on my lead, but I believe I led with Chestnut as he led with Jirachi. As you'll see, Jirachi is a very, very annoying mon in this game, but also Chestnut is very, very important for us. So, first turn, I'm going to swap out my Steelix. I know that this Steelix cannot be touched by Jirachi. If he specially goes for Psychic, he'll do nothing. First turn, he puts up rocks. That's fine with me. I'm just going to take this opportunity to go for my own rocks. As he shows the U-turn, so obviously he's not Scarf right off the bat. That's good to know. And he goes out into his, I believe, his Serena. Yes, he does, as I just put up my rocks. This is it's pretty fine for me. Serena is a pretty annoying mon in this game, and I'm actually going to speed up the game just a tiny bit. I decided to swap into my Chestnut, for no other reason that it can take on this thing. With the Rocky Helmet, the Rapid Spin is going to do actually more to him than it will to me, which is awesome. Right here he's going to go for Drop Kick, which is fine. I'm just going to go for my Drain Punch, get a little bit of health back, and basically do a decent amount of damage to him. Actually, I'm going to speed it up even more, because, like I said, this is a pretty long game. He swaps his Serena out into his Alomomola, as I just go for Leech Seed, predicting him to switch, because I didn't think he'd want to stay in. And right here, I'm going to swap straight into my Tapu Fini, because I know I can Taunt, and I can also Defog to get away the rocks. As he actually doubles out in his Serena, which is a good play on his part. I need the rocks off the field, so I'm just going to click Defog. Drop Kick will only do 30% about, and he goes for Drop Kick, and it does the 37% actually. So, which is fine. We get leftovers back, so it really only did 34%. I'm going to swap back into Chestnut. He can't touch me. He goes for U-turn. It's a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage, and he goes into Thundurus. So I'm thinking right here, this is fine. I'll double out into my Steelix, because Steelix is my hard check to Thundurus, and this is a great opportunity for me to actually put up my rocks again, which is awesome, which forces the Serena to Rapid Spin and basically just gets him to take more damage. A big part of this game is figuring out if the Serena has High Jump Kick as its final move, or if it has Synthesis as its last move, and that's a very, very important thing. Predicting the Flygon, I click Flash Cannon because his other switch-in would be Alomomola, and if I click a fire move, it wouldn't matter anyway. And he's going to go into Alomomola after that, as I go into my Chestnut, because Chestnut is actually my check to the Flygon. And I go into the Tapu Fini after that, see him turns and plays there. And he goes for Knockoff, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go for Taunt straight off the bat. I don't want this thing to wish, and he does exactly that. I go for Double Taunt, predicting the Jirachi to swap in. as he just goes for Scald. It's very, very negligible damage. And right here, I'm going to double out into my Jolteon as he just goes for Scald. Because we're Assault Vest, it'll do nothing. He gets a crit, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Right here, I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball because I thought the Jirachi was his switch in, but you see how little Serena takes from that Shadow Ball. So I'm going to go for Volt Switch, just get out of there, and I'm going to go straight into my Chestnut, and he goes for U-turn. And this Serena's very, very low at this point. Goes back into his Jirachi. Not scared of this thing because he's shown that he only clicked U-turn last time, so I'm just going to stay in. He's going to take Rocky Helmet damage as I go for Leech Seed. Very, very bad play on my part. If I click Drain Punch right there, I might have been able to kill this Arena. And you'll see right here he goes for Synthesis, which is really, really unfortunate. And actually I did 29%, so I think he was in range. No, he was at 33%, so I wouldn't have killed, but it would have done a good chunk of damage. And he's going to double into his Alomomola, I believe, as I click Drain Punch again. Yes, he does. And he shows the Rocky Helmet on this Alomomola. Which is a little bit unfortunate. I double into my Heatran knowing that Scald will do very, very little, and I just want to get the up and up. He clicks Protect as I go for the Z Sunny Day, and this is where the game changes a little bit. So I go for Solar Beam as he actually goes into his Thunderous, and I make a really, really shite play right here. I should have clicked Flamethrower right here, but actually, well, he'd have Prankster, so I don't know, but he goes for Rain Dance. I double into my Jolteon, and I click Hidden Power Ice as he doubles into his Flygon, who's actually very, but he still dies anyway, so it's fine. He goes into his Lopunny. Lopunny's very, very scary. I double into my Tapu Fini, basically just sacking it off. There's no reason for this thing to stay alive. He goes for a turn, and I see an opportunity to go into my Steelix, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to double into my Steelix, because Steelix eats Return, and actually eats a Drain Punch as well. Which is awesome. So right here, I'm just going to go for a Gyro Ball. He's go for Power Punch. That does so little damage. And I go for Gyro Ball and do a clean 50%, which is really, really nice. I get a little bit leftovers. I didn't think he would stay in, so I double in my... Well, I knew he'd stay in, but I sack off my Finny. Sorry, this is a long game, guys, so there's going to be a lot of blunders on my part. So I go into Landers, knowing his Choice Scarf. I will outspeed this thing. I just click Superpower. There's no point predicting this thing. Because I don't have U-turn on this Landers, I can't U-turn out predicting it, even though I would have right there if I could, but I just can't. I go into Chestnut as he goes for a knockoff, gets rid of my Rocky Helmet, which is a little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. And I go for a Leech Seed, and I miss as he goes into Serena. Another bad play on my part. I should have just gone for Drain Punch. He goes for Synthesis, and I actually go for Synthesis myself because I want to be at full so I can take on the Mega Lopunny. He goes for Drop Kick just to lower my attack again. And I just decided to go for a Drain Punch, just to get a little bit of health back. And that's exactly what I do. And I believe right here he goes for another Drop Kick. There was a lot of opportunities where I was really worried about going into Heatran, because if you click U-turn and you went to Lopunny, he basically gets a kill, which is really unfortunate. But I definitely should have pulled the trigger a few more times. I go into Steelix right here knowing that it'll probably U-turn, which is exactly what he does. And Steelix is great against a lot of his team. And against this Alomomola, I get to put up my rocks. He goes for Scald, hoping he doesn't burn. And he does not get the burn, which is great. I click Stealth Rock. And right here, I just get to go back into my Jolteon, because Jolteon is Assault Vest and will be able to take it. But he does go for the knockoff, which is a very, very good play on his part. And now I'm in a little bit of trouble. So I just click Volt Switch, I think. Actually, sorry, I go for Thunderbolt on his Serena because I wanted to kill the Alomomola. And now I go for Volt Switch. And I think I just go into my Heatran because I know this thing can't touch me, and I know he won't go for U-turn. He'd obviously go for Rapid Spin. So once again, I'm just going to set up the Sun. I need the Sun up to a Solar Beam this Alomomola, and I'm going to double out into my Jolteon as he goes for Protect, which I thought he would. So he goes for Protect again as I go for Volt Switch, and I just decide to again go for Volt Switch. There's no reason to do anything else. I just need damage on this thing, and I go back into Heatran as he goes for Wish. I know he'll go for Protect right here, so I click Flamethrower. Flamethrower does kill in the Sun from that range, but he does go for Protect, so it's completely useless. And I click Sunny Day right here, and this is the play that changes the game. I knew that he wouldn't stay in. Sorry, well, it was a 50-50. Every single time I doubled, or every single time I was in against the Alomomola with the Heatran, I clicked Sunny Day. And if he protected right there or did anything else, he'd be in the exact same position he was literally a turn ago. So it wouldn't have made a difference. So I knew he was going to swap out. On the other hand, if I went into Jolteon predicting this Thunderous to swap in, and he just went for Scald, my Jolteon would have been so low that it wouldn't be able to take even a Hidden Power Ice from the Thunderous, which I'm really scared about. If I click Flamethrower right here, this was a different game, because Thunderous would have taken about 50%, and I would have been fine. Instead I click Sunny Day. He goes for the Z Rain Dance as I just go for, I think, Flamethrower. I get a crit, which is pretty nice on my part. Just Focus Blast, kills my Heatran. Jolteon can take a Focus Blast. It's a roll. He goes for Focus Blast, and he gets a crit. The crit didn't really matter. It just kind of guaranteed him the roll. I go to Steelix. He's going to kill me with a Focus Blast right here, which he doesn't actually because he misses. And I kill him with the Gyro Ball. And that's basically, that's it. So basically, this game at this point is just me swapping in and out of Mons. The only way I win this game is if I kill this Serena and Landorus, his Choice Scarf, it's able to lock itself in Earthquake, and then if I get a few rolls on a Alomomola, I might be able to win the game. But there's really nothing I can do to hit this Serena for a lot of damage. I needed my Heatran to kill the Serena. I didn't prep enough for the Serena, I know this. And I knew the Thundurus was a huge threat. I knew it was such a big threat. I had nothing for it on my team except for maybe an Assault Vest Jolteon, which is what I brought. Maybe I could have brought Hoopa, but Hoopa had a terrible match against the rest of his team. You know, there was so little I could do that, you know, you see I'm making plays right here trying to Earthquake Dragon Tail him out. This is actually a pretty good part of the game for me. I start Dragon Tailing him out and I'm getting pretty lucky with the rolls. I'm constantly bringing in his Jirachi. You notice the Serena is getting kind of weak. So I'm getting a little bit excited because I'm thinking maybe I can kill the Serena. However, the only thing I can hit Landorus, or Landorus can use to hit the Serena is in Power Ice, which is obviously swallowed by the Alomomola immediately. So, you know, that's game, guys. We lose 4-0 to Dunga and the Hollywood Hyperspace Furies. In a game that I was pretty confident in. I was pretty confident in this game. I thought we definitely could win, and we just got a little bit unlucky with a few plays we made. We bagged a few plays. If I made a few better plays, maybe, but I don't know. DJ was saying afterwards that if I brought Galgi, it would have been a different game, and I agree because it would have been able to one-shot both the Alomomola and the Serena. But it still doesn't like take on the Jirachi in any way. Drayalgi was actually on the team for the longest time, and that the last second or two I put in Heatran, which was a good idea. But you see right there, 8% on the Serena. We're very, very close to killing it, and then it just goes for Synthesis. I was thinking maybe I can stall out a Synthesis, but I need to go for Wood Hammers because I need Drain Punch. I need Drain Punch for the Lopunny. And at this point, I can't swap Landorus in on this Serena, so I just have to go for Wood Hammer again. It's just really, really unfortunate. I go on a Landorus just because I knew you go for Synthesis, but I can't touch it. I went for I doubled out into Chestnut knowing he'd swap into Alomomola, predicting a Sludge Wave or something along those lines. I get to go for Wood Hammer, and Alomomola does actually a lot of damage, it's 50%, and it's actually very, very close to killing me with the Scald actually, but I get lucky and I don't get burned. And I just go for Synthesis as he swaps in his Jirachi. Chestnut is really, really good. I really, really enjoy using Chestnut in this game. I think it was a really, really nice bring. And it's not that I don't stand by the Mons that I brought, it's just Thundurus I feel like is just so... Thundurus is actually really, really good against my team. It's just really, really good against my team. I don't know... Actually, I'm actually just going to pause the game very, very quickly. Does Floatzel get... Floatzel does get Swift Swim, so there's an idea. But that's really it, you know. I could have brought that, but Floatzel can't touch the Alomomola. And what do I drop? What do I drop? The Landorus? Maybe, but I don't know. It's just one of those games where I was confident somewhat going into the game that I could win, and I knew Thundurus was a threat. But I knew as long as I kept my Jolteon healthy, and I didn't let him get the opportunity to set up, I would be fine. You notice we're on like turn 77. I'm just gonna skip ahead a few turns. You notice he goes for U-turn. I Leech Seed. He eventually burns my Chestnut, which basically seals the deal. Chestnut dies, and that was basically it. I go for Earthquake, and he just scalds my Steelix. I go for Earthquake on the Alomomola, hoping to just kill it. And I feel like this turn right here, he gets a crit in my thing, which I think may have mattered. I'm not sure. This really puts the game in its, he goes for Scald and he gets the burn, which didn't matter at all. It's just the fact he got it is really, really annoying. And literally when I say the Thundurus, I had nothing for Thundurus. The best thing I had is like a Hoopa, or a Choppleberry Steelix, which you notice Steelix took so much damage in that game and was only okay because of leftovers, so you see why I couldn't bring that. So disappointing week 1, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. We will come back next week and we will play Swag. Dunga is in our conference, but how the playoffs work is where you have 2 people from each, 1 person from each division, and then 2 from each conference. So we're in a conference where we're in a conference alongside people like Kraft, Nick, Dunga, Unlucky, Swag, and there's a few others. Actually, I can show you. So I feel like if Dunga keeps winning the way he's winning, that's why I wanted to win this game so badly, because it basically would give me such a momentum boost. But I'll just show you the Viridian and the Pallet division. These are the 8 people in our conference. Dunga, I feel like, will more than likely finish out first if he keeps winning the way he's winning, and because even if we keep winning as well, we'll never catch up to him because he beat us. Luckily for us, Swag and an Azerman lost both of them, which means that all we have to do is do better than either Potato, Unlucky, Kraft, or Nick, because one of them in the Viridian conference goes through, and then one other. So we only have to do better than Swag and Azerman, and then 2 in the Viridian conference, which we can definitely do. We can definitely do that. So that's my plans. That's how I'm feeling. And actually, it's funny because we play Kraft, we play Potato, we play Unlucky, and we play Nick, which means if we beat the 4 of them and we beat Swag and Azerman as well, we will do very, very well, and we may be able to make playoffs. But it's not over yet. It's 1 week. We have 12 games. It's a pretty big loss considering that, you know, we were just, you know, for the first 50 turns we were completely neck and neck, and it just went kind of to shit when the Thunderous got its chance to set up. It's unfortunate, but it's definitely a loss that we can bounce back from, and hopefully you guys will be here to watch the game with us. If you guys are excited for next week where we play Swag, actually, so next week is actually the week where we come back. We gotta win. We gotta beat Swag because that's someone in our conference. If we do that, we're pretty good, and we'll be at a pretty nice spot. But if you guys are looking forward to that, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first, and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. With that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day, and bye bye.